Welcome back to New Entry Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Ian. And for those who are tuning in, please hit that like and subscribe. If you're listening to us on Spotify, give us a 5-star and a follow. So for this episode, I got a special guest. I got Anthony. Who's Anthony? Well, Anthony's the guy who asked Cody Rhodes to be his best man at a live event. Anyways, I got him on the show. I'm gonna be interviewing him for a few minutes, and then after that, we're gonna talk wrestling. Boom! All right, Anthony, welcome to New Entry Wrestling Podcast. It's awesome. I appreciate that you're taking the time to do this. I know you're a busy guy, so let's get straight to this. First question I want to ask you is, how long have you been a wrestling fan? And also, who was that it factor for you that made you say, like, I got to tune in next week to see this person? Was it more of the wrestling or the storytelling that made you become a fan?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been a fan since I was 8, so about 12, 13 years now, you know.
Okay.
And Randy Orton was my it factor originally.
Oh,
just
so how long ago was this?
This was like 12, 13 years ago when I first saw Randy. This was back during like the Viper stage.
Also 09.
Yeah, like about 09-ish.
Okay.
Just flat.
That's nice. So so Randy Orton was the guy for you. Was he WWE champion at the time?
He was not. He had a rivalry with John Cena. John Cena was the champ at the time.
Okay.
I believe a year later he became the champ.
Okay. So it was around the time they were doing the what's it called, playing hot potato with the title then.
Yeah.
So that was the rivalry that you were, okay, cool. That was one of my personal favorite ones. A lot of people do not enjoy that because of the hot potato rivalry. But if you look back at the matches were great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Out of that rivalry, do you have a favorite match that happened with John Cena and Randy Orton?
Ooh, man. Thinking about it would be the Iron Man match. They kept going and going and going for about 15 minutes. Whoever had the most points won, you know. That was
that's a good one. That's the one that people don't talk about a lot. I don't know why. I think it's because it happened on the bragging right pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, but now, for those people that don't know who you are, there is a reason why you're on this show, and I appreciate it. Now, you went to a WWE live event. You had a sign with you. Do you want to let our listeners know what that sign said?
Oh yeah, it said, "Cody, be my best man," and Cody saw it.
So, what was your reaction when? Well, first, let's backtrack that. Congrats to your engagement. I feel like I should have started off the show that way. So, congrats on your engagement. Now, when you went to this show, was this something like a work, a joke, or was this something like you're serious about it?
Yeah, so I have a lot of close friends, and I couldn't really pick one to be my best man, you know. And one of my buddies said, "Hey, why don't you just ask Cody Rhodes as a joke, you know?" And talked to my other friends, and they said they would all agree that if Cody became the best man, that they would all just be groomsmen.
Right.
So it started off as a joke, and it slowly turned into a reality.
So even going to the show was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
And then once you got there and Cody Rhodes saw the sign, that's when you were just like, oh, this is really happening kind of deal?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Congrats. So what happened? How did that? Because I can't, I feel like you could see your excitement in the video. And that's how we found each other. So you could see the excitement in your face where you're just like, is this really happening? So
right.
It felt like you were just going along with it. But then afterwards, it turns out you posted a video saying that it was a legit thing.
Oh, yeah.
So how that came about? Did Cody Rhodes came to you after the show? Was it one of his agents that came up to you?
Yeah, so what happened is this was about to be intermission time. It was like right in the show, and he pulled me and my fiance to the side over at the ringside and talked to us and was telling us that he's serious about it and that one of his agents would be in contact with us. And during the intermission, one of his agents came up, got our information, and we've been in contact ever since.
Wow. So you've been in contact with the agent, not Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
No. So if you're comfortable with it, when is the wedding?
It's gonna be on May 16th in 2025. We're
Oh,
trying to save up some money. You know, it's just her and I paying for it. We do have a GoFundMe in our TikTok.
I'll put that link in the bio if you're okay with that.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
so congrats on the date. So even because Cody Rhodes even asked you in the live event saying, "Do you had a date?" So at that moment there was no date at all, right?
We had a date, and Cody asked if it could be on a weekday. So we
Mm,
decided to change things around and figure out what worked best for the venue that we have
right.
and for the cameras and everything like that. So we settled on May 16th because it was a weekday and Cody could make it. It was the only place that was available, you know, for our venue. Only time it was available.
Plus it's next year, so it gives him, time to ensure to get that day off as well.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. And the fact that I just gotta, I'm trying to be in your shoes because it's like how did like it escalated, It went from your personal close friends being one of them is gonna be your best man to a WWE superstar who's gonna main event WrestleMania 40, who main evented WrestleMania last year. It's just like that. It's like you broke the matrix or something like that.
Oh
so
yeah.
so you have to be very excited about that. Uh Besides Cody Rhodes, was there anybody else?
Yeah. My buddy David was gonna be my best man, and he was the one that came up with the idea that said, you know what, ask Cody because he thought it would be a funny idea. He thought it'd be cool,
Mm,
and he loves Randy Orton. He loves Cody Rhodes, and he thought it would be funny to see if he would actually attend. So when we made that sign, we weren't expecting much, you know.
yeah, because it
And
was just a joke. It's like he's not gonna do it. It's just,
oh,
yeah, that's what live events are for. You should go show up. That's what I love about them. That's when you fans still bring signs, and you were just a fan who had a sign. What a question.
right, and it became a reality very quickly. And I let my friend know, and he was extremely excited. He's just happy he gets to meet Cody as well.
Mm.
So,
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody gets to meet Cody at your wedding now.
oh yeah,
So now I gotta ask one more question about Cody Rhodes. Is he just gonna be in the just being there for the wedding, or is he gonna be there for is he gonna be there all day?
he is going to be there for the entire event. I did actually talk to his agent. His agent let me know. He said, "Hey, Cody plans on being there from start to finish for the event."
And Brandy Rose, I'm assuming Brandy Rose is gonna be there too.
Oh yeah, I let his agent know that his family's allowed to come as well.
Oh, his
So
daughter too.
oh
Family,
yeah,
the whole family. I mean, might as well, right?
right,
Might as well. Damn, wow. That's you just broke the matrix right there.
right.
So
Hopefully, Goldust will make an appearance. Maybe.
maybe he will. Maybe he will. You don't know that. Might as well. That'd
Oh
be
yeah,
pretty awesome. I was gonna, you probably gave WWE a great idea. They're probably gonna start their own. You know how I forgot what's that cameo? They're
yeah.
probably WWE could start their own business this way now, where they could start. Hey, if you want special WWE superstars to come to your wedding, you're able to now. So you probably, WWE better take advantage of that.
Oh yeah. His Cody's agent made a joke before saying how they were gonna make it a brand marketing thing, where he makes shirts that says Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, the best man. Something like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, shirts.
yeah, could work.
You could work. You can make it work, man. You gotta take that opportunity and you gotta run with it. But congrats on your engagement. Congrats on setting the date. Congrats on Cody Rhodes. Uh, Now, if you're ready, let's talk wrestling. Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes, main event WrestleMania. How was your reaction when you found out that The Rock was going to take his spot? How was your reaction on that part?
Part of me was excited because I know I love The Rock, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't wait to see him face off with Roman. But another part of me was like, well, I mean, Cody did earn it. You know, he's been
Yes.
working years and years and years to try to make it up to this point, just for The Rock to come in and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy but irritated at the same time. It was a roller coaster.
It was. Those 2 weeks have been a roller coaster. I do agree with what you said. I was excited because it was one of those things like Cody Rhodes did deserve it. And also the storyline with Roman. It's like finish the story, you know.
Right.
But I am a Rock fan, so for me it was kind of like I was like, oh, okay, I get to see The Rock one more time because I do enjoy his work, and but then Cody Rhodes, I want to finish the story. So it's like I don't want Roman to be champion for another year, another 4 years, whatever. So
Right.
so I was kind of stuck, but I wasn't arguing. I wasn't one of those Cody crybabies or anything. I was
Oh
fine
yeah.
with either or. I just the one thing I did told my co-host ever that I was just upset on how Cody Rhodes kind of presented himself of to Roman saying, "Oh, I'm gonna take that belt off you, but just not at WrestleMania." You know, I felt like the direction should have been more of like, "Hey, everything that Seth Rollins said that past Monday is true, so
Right.
I'm gonna pick Seth." But instead, he kind of just like pushed himself away, and then The Rock stepped up. So it kind of made the Cody look weak. But obviously, later on in the future, we find out, okay, everything's back on track now.
Oh,
So, uh, you excited for WrestleMania 40? Are you gonna be heading to Philadelphia?
I'm not gonna be able to. Sadly, we just bought tickets to go to California, some plane tickets to
Mm.
attend my funeral. So
Oh,
we're not gonna
sorry
be.
about that.
Yeah, we don't have the money in the budget to make it to WrestleMania this year. We are gonna watch it though, and I have a theory that
Mm.
The Rock's gonna try to step in and mess up Cody against Roman. You know, and I have a theory that Stone Cold Steve Austin's gonna come out and help out Cody.
Ooh, okay. That's a
Yeah,
good
because
theory.
man,
I,
Stone Cold and The Rock, that rivalry, beautiful. You know,
mm.
Stone Cold and Dusty Rhodes, they were good friends on screen and off camera. You know, and I could see Stone Cold coming out and saying, "No, we're finishing the story right now."
Man, I'm gonna be honest. One of my fantasy bookings was if we're gonna get The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 40. Personally, I feel like it's the place to be. And but now that idea, because Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins said, "Hey, I got your back, but you're the world champion. You got other things to worry about." Cody
Right.
Rhodes needs somebody else, and that person, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was thinking about Dustin Rose, Goldust, uh, but The Rock and Stone Cold in Roman's corner and Cody Rhodes' corner, that's like a big money right there. And
Oh
also,
yeah.
it gives that even though it gives us that, it puts the it doesn't really give us The Rock versus Roman, but it's something similar to like Vince McMahon and Donald Trump back in WrestleMania 23 when Bobby Lashley and Umaga were the ones to facing, because nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about Bobby Lashley versus Umaga. They talk about Vince
Right.
and Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
So we get two main events in one. We get The Rock versus Stone Cold, but Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are basically they're fighting for them, and then they got a story within their own rivalry going on. So I like that. That was actually good. You're good at that. So, uh, do you want Cody Rhodes to finish the story?
I do. Yeah, 100%. I feel like it's about time he wins this title not only for himself and his fans, but for his dad as well. You know, because that's
Facts.
the entire point of finishing the story is trying to do something his dad hasn't done. You know.
I appreciate that you went with Cody Rhodes and not take off the belt from Roman, because everybody just wants the belt taken off from Roman. But it's like, but do you want Cody Rhodes to finish the story Or is it you're just so annoyed by the fact that Roman's been champion for so long and you just want to take the title off him?
Oh yeah,
So,
Roman, he's an entertaining champion in my opinion.
mhm.
You know, it's never a dull moment when he's got a match. I don't like the fact that he cheats a lot, but he's good. He's good on
Oh
the
yeah,
mic. He's ring. Thinking about where he came from with the Shield to where he is now,
he
man, made.
got he got better. He got
Oh,
way better.
oh yeah, he looks better after his leukemia treatment and everything that went on. I used to love Roman back in the day, you know, and when he left because he had leukemia, it crushed me bad, you know. And now that he's back as a bad guy, and I kind of don't like him, but I like him at the same time, you know.
Mhm.
It's more of like a I want Cody to win, but at the end of the day, I don't mind that Roman's the champ.
No, for me, the only issue I have with Roman is that we don't get to see him that much. I feel like
Oh,
you know, if we're gonna compare to somebody who's been champion so many times, like Hulk Hogan, it's like, yeah, but Hulk Hogan wrestled every week, whether
right,
if it was a singles match, tag team match, you know, he wrestled every week, and even those matches were he would either win by pinfall, count out, or disqualification. So it's like, I don't understand why we can't get that with Roman.
oh yeah,
You know, have him wrestle here and there, especially with Solo. It's like they could team up. They could have so many tag team matches, and
right,
he doesn't. He has that Brock Lesnar contract, which I understand. Uh, you know, you're making so much where it's like I only have to work 3 or 4 times, so you know, a year. So
oh
it's
yeah,
like I get it. But it's like you know, Roman needs to understand, it's like, dude, you do have fans that want to see you every week,
right,
you know. So before we didn't want to see you every week. And now that you're, you know, oh hey, you have this great character that we all enjoy. You got better on the mic, you know, you got better in the ring. Now we want to see you more. Now that's when you're like, no, I'm gonna stop, you know, start working less. So
oh yeah.
I feel like that's very unfair. Uh any other matches you're looking forward to WrestleMania 40?
McIntyre versus Seth Rollins.
Mm. What's your thoughts on that? That Drew McIntyre won the Elimination Chamber to go on to main event WrestleMania against Seth freaking Rollins, even though they had faced each other multiple times the past year.
Yeah, man. The way I'm looking at it is Logan Paul interfered and knocked out Randy Orton. I wanted Randy Orton to win, you know,
Mm-hmm.
wanted him to go and become heavyweight champion one more time. But I'm excited due to the fact that Damian Priest is 100% cashing in on either McIntyre or Seth during that match.
Mm. See, I personally felt, I agree with you there, but I thought as soon as I saw the match, Drew McIntyre, he won. The first thing that popped in my mind is it's gonna be a triple threat match.
Oh yeah,
Damian is gonna. I personally, the way I took it was, I feel like Damian adding himself to the match at WrestleMania is too predictable.
right,
That I feel that him adding to him towards this match at WrestleMania, saying like, "Hey, this is gonna be a triple threat match." It's gonna make Drew McIntyre more of a better heel, and also give us that I forgot the word for it, that Stone Cold Steve Austin vibe, where he's a bad guy, but we're cheering for him
oh yeah,
because it's like Drew McIntyre deserves his WrestleMania moment. He deserves it. So that's
right,
why I'm happy with this match. I'm not happy with the fact that, oh, it's a rematch, but at least he earned it. You know, he won the Elimination Chamber and all that. And also CM Punk is out. Um, but yeah, with Drew, my issue, what was my issue with it? I'm trying to find it. I just don't like the fact that it's a rematch.
right,
That's my only issue. And but with going back to Drew, it's like we want him to win the title, but also not take it away from Seth.
right,
So at least with Damian Priest in the match, it's like, oh, we want like you're taking this moment away from Drew now.
right.
So at least now that turns makes us like get angry at Damian because now it's like, no, we don't want you to win because now we want Drew to win because you're taking his moment away.
Oh yeah.
And but in the end of the night, I truly believe Drew and Seth should get their moment. Drew takes the belt off Seth, and then Damian comes in and cashes in on Drew. So at least that way, Drew McIntyre has somebody to feud with afterwards. Because apparently Seth Rollins is going to take some time off, and we're not going to see him till uh, either Money in the Bank or SummerSlam next, or this later this year.
Right.
So, who do you want that? I don't know. I don't remember if I asked you this question. Who do you want to go over that match?
Man, if it's just Seth versus Drew, I would want Seth to retain the title. But if
Mm,
Damian Priest came in, I would like to see Drew McIntyre beat Damian Priest rather
mm,
than pin and take the title from Seth. He just pins and takes it from Damian, you know?
right.
Because if it's a triple threat, whoever loses first, you know, it's game over.
Now, do you want him to do something similar what Seth Rollins did? Or do you want him to do like a build up where it's like, hey, I'm adding myself into this match, so at WrestleMania it's gonna be a triple threat?
I feel like the build up would be insane. You know, everyone
Mhm.
will be waiting for it. It'll be honestly all over Drew's TikTok or not TikTok, his Twitter. If you haven't seen Drew McIntyre's Twitter recently, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
He's just heel, like one of the best heels I've seen in a while.
And
And I
oh,
feel like,
anti-hero. He's an anti-hero.
yep.
That's the word I was looking for. Drew McIntyre, because if you add Damian Priest, he becomes an anti-heel.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I like that. And then yeah, with his posts on TikTok, they're pretty funny. And he's trying to be that anti-heel where it's like it's he's trying to be a bad guy, but it's hard to hate him.
Oh yeah.
So
Just like Stone Cold did, you know.
mhm.
But
And
yeah, I feel
wait,
like the build up, I feel like the smack talk between Drew and Priest would go insane, you know?
right. And the fact that they joined forces at Survivor Series and it gives because unfortunately Finn Balor broke his finger.
Right.
So they're I mean, depending, I heard it came out of the like he broke skin, like the bone came out.
Ooh.
I don't know how true that is, but hopefully that's not the case. Because if he just broke his finger, I feel like he should be okay by WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently it's going to be a either a triple threat or a fatal four way tag team match. So it's like, oh, you're not going to do a lot anyways, you know. So so I feel like he'll be fine for that. I feel like if it's going to be a a regular tag team match, I feel like that's going to be a somewhat of an issue. And also at least this way, if they do have to drop the titles, uh I just don't like because it's just like I don't like the whole looking weak
Oh
and
yeah.
then later on you win the title. I don't like that, especially for a mid card person. If you're a top person, then yeah, you could lose and then win the title over, like Edge. He lost the WWE Championship and then he won the World Heavyweight title. That makes sense. But when
Right.
somebody loses the tag team titles and then hey, you magically won the World Heavyweight title in the end of the night, that it's kind of hard to believe.
Right. It's a stretch. They're stretching
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah, like you could do that with a heel, but you can't do that with like a baby face that you could try to push, to be your top star. So I don't know. I feel like that's just weird. I just feel like Damian Priest, if Finn Balor can't compete, then they should just vacate the title and then just have Damian Priest adding himself to WrestleMania.
Right.
Unless they do that free bird where JD or Dominic could take their spots.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a matter of time before Dominic turns on Judgment Day.
Oh, you think Dominic is going to turn on Judgment Day? Please tell
I
me
feel
why.
because after seeing like Dominic enjoyed having R-Truth around, you could tell, you
Mhm.
know, and then they got rid of R-Truth and how Damian Priest has just been kind of bossing everyone around in everyone's face. I feel like Dominic's not vibing with that, you know. He's not gonna
Mm.
like that. And I feel like him and Rhea Ripley might agree and just kick everyone's ass and just in the Judgment Day right there.
So now you personally think Dominic should be the one going out, or
Oh yeah, I mean,
do you have somebody else in mind?
I feel like it should be Dominic. I feel like in the beginning when Dominic first started wrestling, he wasn't that great, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And now everyone knows his name. Everyone loves to hate him because he's with Rhea and all that stuff. But I feel like him disbanding from the Judgment Day on his own would lead to a great solo career for him.
Right. And he's
I feel
been
like,
doing very well for himself the past couple of years. His ring action has not approved because he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't need to approve because he's like he gets heat as soon as you walk, as soon as he's walking down that ramp. He's
oh yeah,
already getting booed. You can't. He can't. I could have swear I saw an interview once saying that he especially in how live events he says that it's difficult for him to hear his own theme songs because it's so loud. The crowd's booing so loud that he can't even hear his own theme song. So
oh yeah.
that's pretty crazy to like think of. But a lot of people think Rhea Ripley is the one who's gonna walk out Judgment Day. And with Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy are in AEW, apparently their contract is gonna be expired, coming to WWE, joining forces with Rhea Ripley and starting their own faction. I think that would be pretty cool. What's your thoughts on that?
I can see it working. I can see that working really, really well. I just really hope they disband before that happens. You know,
Mm. So you don't want
I
her to like you want the group to disband before she starts her own group, or you don't want like a rivalry going on between them?
I want them to like separate at first. You
Mm.
know, Dominic leaves, he causes an entire mess going on. Everyone goes their own separate ways. Rhea Ripley teams up with Buddy Murphy and Alistair, and then Dominic says, "You know what? We kind of have to take them out." So he teams up with Damian Priest and JD or Finn Balor, and Finn Balor gets back. And then they have a little rivalry, ultimately turning the Judgment Day into like the babyface team.
Mm. So I feel like Judgment Day is that it's kind of I feel like it's a team that doesn't have to disband. I feel like it doesn't need. I feel like it's a group where it's like let's just walk away from it.
Yep.
There's no need for you to turn on me. No need for me to turn on you. We made all this money together. We made history. We won all these goals together. Why are we going to turn on each other? You know, we reached the glass ceiling. Let's just disband. You know, they don't have to they don't have to break up. They could be like, just let's just go our separate ways. If they are gonna break up, I personally feel the ones that should do it is Rhea Ripley and Mommy. The reason why I'm saying that, going back to what you said about Dominic he feels like he's being bossed around by a Damian Priest. He's not used to that. Why? Because the one who used to be whispering in his ear was Mommy.
Yep.
You don't get to see her that much in the Judgment Day locker room. Nobody really. People are throwing questions here and there where it's like, hey, all the guys are here. Where's Rhea Ripley at?
Right.
This is the Judgment Day locker room, but yet she's not in the locker room, half of the time. So what is she doing? So that's always been like in the back of my mind. Uh, but then I wish if Dominic does leave the group, I feel like Rhea Ripley should be the one, like the reason why. Where it's
Right.
like,
Right.
hey, why is Dominic acting different? Why is he being weird? And then kind of pull something similar to like the Shield when Seth Rollins hit the Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns was a steel chair, something similar to that. But they're thinking like, wait, Dominic, what's going on? And then, but turns out the whole time it was Rhea Ripley controlling Dominic, saying like, oh, we're done. Or they could kick them out of the group, and then they could be Judgment Day.
Oh yeah.
So I feel
I'm
like,
surprised Day didn't disband when Edge left. You know, whenever Edge first
mm,
started the team and oh, hey, I'm gonna hire you guys to be on the team. When they kicked him out, I'm surprised they didn't change the name or anything like that either.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too. And I was more upset because they Edge left the group because Vince wanted more supernatural, and Edge was like, "That's not what we're about," and so that's why Edge like left the group. I felt like after your match with Finn Balor at Extreme Rules, you were gone. I
Oh
felt
yeah,
like you could have just stayed with the group and just, you could have just recruited Finn Balor. Finn Balor's taking my spot, and I'm just gonna be the manager.
right.
And just do that, and then I feel like things would have worked out for the all. Edge would have still been in WWE.
Oh yeah,
For all we know, if they would have gone that direction.
right. I heard one of the main reasons Edge left was to go and be with Christian again.
Yeah, because he wanted to have a match with him and also team up later on. He felt
Yep.
he wanted to retire. He doesn't want to retire in AEW. He just wants to retire with Christian.
Right.
So, and also his daughter's the one who's like, he asks his daughter, "Where do you want me to go?" And he's like, "Oh, go work with Uncle Jay." So, you know,
Right.
so that's what he did. So his daughter's the reason why he went to AEW or AEW.
Right.
Are you an Edge fan?
I am. Have been since I was a kid. Yeah.
What's your favorite match?
Ooh, honestly, probably the Royal Rumble where Edge came back. I feel like was the best in my opinion.
Mm.
I did like
The
the
21, right?
yep, that
Okay.
or the Money in the Bank back in the day. Oh man, who was it with? He speared someone from the top rope off of the ladder.
Oh, Jeff Hardy.
Yep, that's who it was.
Yeah, Jeff
That was
Hardy.
in I was a kid. I only remember that moment, because I can't even remember yesterday most of the time. But
That's how it is. That's how it is these days now.
oh yeah,
Yeah, for some reason I have some knowledge here and there for wrestling. I mean, I have a podcast, so it'd be best if I did know something.
oh
But
yeah,
uh you went to a WWE live event. Is there any live events shows that you went to?
yeah. My sister actually won me tickets when I was 12. I was living in California at the time. She called into a radio station and won tickets for my mom and I to go to a Sacramento show where the main event was John Cena and Kane.
The main event was John Cena and Kane. Oh, so
Yeah,
2000. So you said 2012, right?
I was 12, so that was about 2015-ish, I believe.
15.
It was
Okay. Was it corporate Kane or mass Kane?
it was masked Kane.
So it had to be 14 then.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, unless Kane was wearing, his whole gimmick in 15 and like live events and stuff like that. Was it a live event?
It was a house show that was
So
going on.
yeah, a house show. Okay, yeah. So if he was, yeah, unless, so it had to be 2014 or 15 then.
Right.
Because 2014, I think Kane was still wearing his mask at that time. Was the Yes movement still going on?
Oh yeah, it was like the beginning, starting heavily.
Okay, so yeah, so it was 14 then. 14 was the Yes movement. That's when the whole Yes movement started. And also, the WWE Network was born that year as well, around that time.
Oh yeah.
So have you ever gone to any like pay-per-view events?
I have not, no.
But house shows are better though. I do enjoy I went to Survivor Series, SummerSlam. Uh, had fun. Very crowded and very expensive.
Right.
And you get more. You have more fun going to live events. I mean, Cody Rhodes is your best man, so
Right.
you have the best experience when you go to WWE live events, but
Right.
AKA house shows. Besides Cody Rhodes, have you met any other superstars?
Man, I'm trying to remember. I met a few different celebrities.
Ooh, celebrities.
Yeah, met a couple different people.
Who are these celebrities that you met?
Man, in high school, this is I can tell it now that I'm an adult, but if my mom hears this, if she's on here watching, sorry. We were
Ooh.
skipping class one day in high school, and we were all just out, smoking weed and stuff, just
Woo.
doing high school stuff, And there was a show in Sacramento for Snoop Dogg, and we met Snoop Dogg at a gas station where he told us to go to school. We had to listen because the DO double G told us to go to school, so we left. I met
Did you get a recording? Did you get proof of that?
I think my buddy David has a video of it actually. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to ask him about that.
you gotta post that. You gotta share it. Like, hey, Snoop Dogg said to go to school.
Oh yeah, he told us he like pulled up in this really long black limo Jeep kind of thing, and the door opened up and it was like a fog machine, dude. Just smoke everywhere. And we just like all of us paused. We're all holding our bikes. We're all like just smoking. We look over and we kind of do a double take. We're like, holy shit, that's Snoop Dogg, And he was just like, hey, what you all doing? We're like, just skipping classes. Like, you guys need to go to school. Going to school is cool. We're like, all right. So I
So
think
you
my buddy
went.
David, huh?
So you went to school literally right after that.
Oh yeah. Went to
That's
school. My buddy David was showing everyone the pictures at school. He might still have it. I have to ask him, but it
yeah.
was man, it was hilarious.
You gotta
And
find
then
those pics. You gotta find those pics, and you gotta post them. That's actually pretty. That's a cool story. Ditching school, you see Snoop Dogg, go to school, kid, and you're just like, okay.
for
So
real.
that's awesome. That's actually pretty awesome. Uh,
No,
hey, if your mom does hear this and you do get in trouble, that is a nice story to get in trouble for.
oh yeah. I mean, I
It's
can't get in trouble now. I'm 2 states away. I'm an adult. Got my own bill. And I did
yeah.
end up going to school. Moral of the story: listen to Snoop Dogg.
More story. He is the new what is that dog guy that don't do drugs? I don't know if you had that mascot, but we had that dog mascot that says don't do drugs or don't smoke or something like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that new camp that could be Snoop Dogg, the new campaign of go to school kids.
Oh yeah. He didn't tell us to stop smoking weed. He just said go to school.
Facts.
I'm gonna be meeting Mustafa Ali though on March 30th.
You're going to meet him.
Oh yeah, there's a event coming up. Same thing with I think his name is Dawson or something like that. I'm not a big AEW fan. Going to a live show where Mustafa Ali is going to be there, and this is a wrestling company I'm going to try to work for as well.
Oh,
And I
nice.
got a little extra backstage passes and stuff for me and my lady.
Nice, nice, nice. I actually got trained. I don't want to say I got trained by the same school that Ali went to, but I can say that I got trained by the school that Sky Blue went.
Right.
I don't know who else. Missy Kate, she's in NWA, Marche Rockets. Not this. Actually, I went to two different wrestling schools. The one that Marche Rockets got trained, I went to. I think that's where Ali got trained as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I did ref Ali. We did share a locker room backstage in the independent circus here in Chicago. That guy, when I first met him, asshole face expression
Oh yeah.
came up to me. I was a ref, so I'm maxing the guys, where the finish. I see Ali from a corner. He just walked in, face just angry.
Right.
Whatever. I see him in the flyer. Don't know him. Going to okay, cool. Because I'm the guys I'm going over the match. It's my last match, and they want to do a spot with me. Ali
Right.
taps me in the shoulder. I already knew who it was. I get a tap in the shoulder. I turn around. It's Ali. Hey, when you have a second, I heard you're going over you're gonna ref our match. I'm Ali. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Ian. Nice to meet you. I go, okay, cool. I went up to Ali. Hey, I hope you don't need me for a spot because that's my last match, and I'm taking a bump. He's like, oh no, no, you're just gonna like, I'm a heel, I'm gonna use you as a distraction, blah blah blah. I'm having a conversation with this guy, and I'm like, your voice and your face doesn't go together.
Right.
You have an angry face, but you're so humble. He
Right.
talks to you so humble. He is the nicest person I ever met in the locker room. Very nice, very humble, and he will. You protect him, he protects you. So he wants to go home to his wife. Well, at the time it was his girlfriend. He wants, or no, yes, wife. He wants to go home to his wife. He wants you to go home to your family. He
Right.
doesn't want nobody to go to the hospital. Very humble dude. Ref his matches from that point on, I always make sure I need to ref his match. Because that day I refed his match, oh my gosh. I was like, I don't know nothing about wrestling. I've been training for 2 years at that point. I'm like, I don't know anything about wrestling. This guy just broke that fourth wall for me. I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna
Right.
make it. Because how he wrestled now, he's way better. He improved a little bit, but he's been wrestling the same. And that's what's crazy about it. Because like he's been wrestling the same. He tweaks his moves here and there, but he's been wrestling the same. And he's one of those guys where it's like you have to see him live to understand. Because what on TV, it's just like, I don't know, on TV he doesn't look that great.
Yeah. No.
I But when you see him live, it's just like, why is he not in the main event? Why is he, not the top guy in WWE? And then when you see him on TV, it's like no reaction from the crowd.
Oh yeah. No. The crowd was silent when he used to wrestle for WWE. And I completely agree. I've seen him training in videos and things like that, and he
He's
is a
in
lot
great shape.
fan.
Great shape.
Oh
Great
yeah.
shape. But on TV, it's like, bro, what happened to your six pack?
Right. I feel like on TV they do cut some things out too, about the shows, or they shorten it and they make it look different. And I don't know. I feel like they do him wrong on TV, but in person, phenomenal.
Yes, very very nice guy. That whole angry face went away when he finally was able to grow out his hair and his beard. Now
Oh
he,
yeah.
or but he does have kids, so maybe when you have kids in your life, that does change a person. So maybe that's why now, or maybe his wife told him saying, "Hey, you always have an angry face on you.
Right.
Try to smile more." Because that's how I am. I people think I'm always mad at the time, but it's like, no, I'm cool. And now I'm like, so I was like, oh, okay. So I start to smile a little bit, so that way people can stop asking me what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. So
Right.
for all I know, that could have happened to him too, where he probably didn't even knew that. Oh, I didn't even knew I had that face on me the whole time. Uh, but yeah, no, Ali, you're in it for a great show, especially with Ali in it. I got to see him. Like I said, I got to watch him wrestle live, and I refed his matches. And the way how he tells a story in the ring is great. The one thing he did lack, even in the independent scenes, was lack of character. But
Oh yeah.
you can see that now that he's finally like, you need a character, dude.
Oh yeah.
We all know you're a great wrestler. You just need something. You need that it factor. You need a character. You need something to make you stand out.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with that.
But congrats to Mustafa Ali winning the X Division Championship. Are you a TNA fan?
I am. I just got into it when Dolph Ziggler, Nick Naldis, or however you say his last name, when Nick
Yeah.
joined. Man, dude, he brought a different fire than Dolph Ziggler ever could.
Mm-hmm.
And that
The,
was he's good.
the opportunity that he got, I was kind of in the when I found out that he was going to be in the main event and No Surrender. I was kind of like, why? It's like to me, because to me it was more of a, who's in the main event? Is this in the main event because of Mustafa Ali, or is it because of Saban? Or is it because of both? You know? if it was for both or for Saban, I respect that. But if it was more for Mustafa Ali, I feel like that's kind of disrespecting to Saban.
Oh yeah.
That's the way I was like. Nothing against Ali. It was more like I find that disrespectful for Saban because he's a former TNA world champion, multiple tag team, future Hall of Famer. He's the
Oh yeah.
OG of TNA, and I just felt like they were building up more for Mustafa Ali than they were for Saban.
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
So that was but fantastic match. I don't think it was should have been in the main event. The
Right.
the tag team title match, I personally felt like that should have been the main event. That was my
Oh yeah.
highest rate for the on the card, and yeah, I will say that this was actually gonna be one of my questions though. What I did respect about the fact that the X Division was in the main event was the TNA No Surrender, their premium live events and their pay-per-views. Their pay-per-views now is Hard to Kill, Rebellion, Slammiversary, Bound for Glory. I feel like that should be your world title main events.
Oh yeah.
Or even your knockouts. The
Right.
premium live events, No Surrender, Sacrifice, Victory Road Against All Odds, X Division, Tag Team, Knockouts Tag Team, the digital media, grudge matches. Those should be like main eventing those kind of pay-per-views. And I was gonna ask you about the WWE, but I'll ask you that later. I kind of want to talk about. I didn't. Finally, I have somebody to talk about TNA with. uh, where do you see? Do you know what option C is for the X Division title? Right.
I don't know that. No.
Option C is when somebody is the X Division champion, you could you could use option C to vacate the title for the opportunity to face the world heavyweight champion.
Right.
So my question is, do you think that Mustafa Ali is going to use option C to vacate the title to go on after to go face the TNA World Heavyweight Championship to finally win a title that some people say he deserves it. Some people say that he didn't. A title, he never even won a single title in WWE,
Right.
but he had opportunities at the, WWE championship. So do you feel like that would be a great opportunity for Mustafa Ali?
Yeah, I feel like it would be probably the smartest option for him as well.
Mm.
You know, make an impact, vacate the title, go directly after World Heavyweight Champ. It just sounds like the best option for him currently, if he wants to get his name out there and if he wants people to take him seriously.
I feel like and TNA is the place to do it. It worked out for guys like Christian Cage,
Oh yeah,
Kurt Angle. I mean, Kurt Angle was always a top guy in WWE, but he proved himself that he still is a top guy outside of WWE.
oh yeah,
Um, so who was the other guy? Drew McIntyre. He was formerly known as Drew Galloway, Bobby Lashley, Bobby
oh
Roode,
yeah,
AJ Styles. They all made a name for themselves in WWE, and then in TNA, and then made a name for themselves in WWE, or the other way around. So
right,
it's all about it's all about saying, I do have a support system. I do have fans out there. I can draw money for the company, you know, and that's what Ali's trying to prove.
right.
So, congrats to Ali, and you're gonna, you're gonna enjoy this. I would say tell Ali, say hi, tell him hi for me, but he ain't gonna remember me.
He might.
Shit.
I'll ask him if he does.
Shoot, you got Ian Cage, Chicago Style Wrestling, and be like, do you remember this ref?
Right.
So, but that's cool though. When's the show?
It is on March 30th.
Oh, March 30th, so a month away.
Oh
That's
yeah.
nice. That's nice. Any other superstars that you met or wrestlers?
Um, I don't know if he counts. Do you know who Cal Jack is?
Cal Jack. Cal Jack. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
He made a WWE debut. He grew up in my hometown, actually, and went to high school with my sister. He's
Nice.
currently wrestling for Las Vegas right now, and he trained me. and through him I met gosh, what's his name? He used to be a tag team partner with Miz. Was it Evan Bourne, I believe?
John Morrison?
No, I'm not John Morrison. Evan Bourne, I think is what the guy's
Yeah.
name was.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, Evan Bourne. You threw me off when you said that he teamed up with The Miz.
yeah. I was gonna say I think he teamed up with Miz a while, like not like
Oh, no. He teamed up with Kofi Kingston.
go with Kofi. Yep, that's right. I met him, and I met the guy that trained John Morrison as well.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Who was
uh
that?
huh?
Who was the guy that got that John Morrison trained or got
Uh, the
trained by
guy,
John Morrison?
the guy that trained him goes by Coach Adam. His name's like Adam. Oh man, it's a Filipino last name, and I might butcher it, but it's
No,
like
no worries. But
yeah.
that's cool. So I heard you say you're being trained now, or you used to get trained?
I got trained by Cal Jack when I was in high school, but now I'm gonna get trained by this guy named Chase James, who is
Chase
the
James.
owner of Relentless Wrestling up here in Washington.
Oh, nice. So how wait, you say you're going to be getting trained again. When are you going to go back?
I'm hoping that I will be able to go back in about April. I suffered a kidney rupture a while ago, so
Ooh.
I've been trying to heal up from that. And after it ruptured, I've been doing nothing but gaining weight. It's kind of hard, Got one kidney filtering things out. So I just have to start training a lot harder than I used to now. But I think I can do it. And Chase James is going to be in my corner, and he wants me to join his team. And I've been having beef with this guy named Spencer Scott online recently.
Ooh, tell
I
us
don't know.
about that.
I
Tell
don't know.
about talk shit. Talk shit. Talk your shit. Just don't drop the
If
F-bomb.
he, I showed him to some of the guys that I work with, and a lot of the guys that I work with are wrestling fans as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way to explain Spencer Scott is he looks like his mom and dad are siblings. He looks like an incest baby.
God
He's got
damn.
he's got a tag team partner that's about 5'7", scrawny little dude, little bitch boy, is what I like to call him.
God damn.
Spencer,
Talk your shit, Anthony. Talk your shit.
Yeah, Spencer's walking around all high and mighty with his Relentless championship belt. And I told him, I said he's better keep that warm for me because the first match I want is a handicap match for that title against Incest Baby and Bitch Boy. Because I'm going to take that title off of him, and when he's done, he's going to lick the bottom of my boot.
God damn. Somebody, you had a lot of stuff to get out of your chest.
Oh, yeah, no, trust me. He's been talking a lot of shit online, and he thinks that he could beat me in the ring, but he can't even beat Balding, so...
Woo! Damn!
I have to watch out, because when Ace Atlas shows up to Relentless, he's coming for that title, and he's going to whoop some ass to get it.
Can't wait to see that happening. Ah, damn. That was Anthony needed to get some stuff out of his chest.
Yeah.
How did this beef started?
So, at first it started when I went to go see Relentless live the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
And Spencer won the title because his team came out, the Flaming Aces. They came out and helped him win it. Okay? After the match, I said, that's a nice title. And he decided to be a dick. And he said, well, it's a nice title that no one else is going to take. And I said, all right, you know what? I want to join your guys' team now, just so I can take that title from you. And he told me that I would never be able to. He told me that he's more famous than I am. Spoiler alert, he's only got 1,000 followers. And I'm sitting over here at almost 5,000. So he wants to talk about not being famous enough or talking about how he's so famous and all that shit. I let him talk his shit because, actions speak louder than words. And at the end of the day, I know for a fact I'm going to step into that ring and he's going to go home crying to his mom. Because 3 things were going to happen. First, he's going to feel some pain. He's going to feel some suffering. And then after the match, he's going to feel some humiliation.
Wow. You hear it here. God damn, that's some real heat right there.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't think it's going to happen. I'm not guessing. I'm telling you what's going to happen.
God damn. I like that. I like that confidence.
What I'm going to do is the way I'm going to win the match is I'm going to beat the shit out of Bitch Boy and Incest Baby, and I'm gonna pin them both at the same time. Down
Woo!
for a 3.
Roman style.
Oh yeah.
Roman style. I like that. All
They
right.
better be ready. They better be ready.
They better be. They're probably ready right now. You
Oh,
gotta be
no.
ready. You're the one who has to be ready.
No,
You're
I'm
going
ready.
after them. You're going after them. You
Listen.
better be ready.
Oh, dude, I was born ready.
Ooh,
If I want to, I'll handcuff one hand behind my back and beat the shit out of both of them.
Now, I gotta ask you. You gotta finish?
I do. It's called Olympus Has Fallen.
Ooh, what is that move? Isn't that a movie?
No, it's
Why did I picture Jamie Foxx?
It might be a movie.
No.
But
Yeah, I feel like it's a movie.
I think it might be. I'm not sure, but I heard it one day and I said, you know what, that would be a great move. I've also heard one that was Falling from Grace would be a good move.
I like that one. That's a nice one. But what's the move? What is the move?
So what I would do is I'll get them with an arm bar behind their back, hold them back, turn them around, clothesline them, and as soon as they go down, I turn it into a rear naked choke.
Ooh.
And hold them on the ground until they either pass out or tap out, depending on how stupid they are.
Olympic Has Fallen is perfect for that one.
Oh yeah.
If it's especially the way how I'm picturing it, yeah, Olympic Has Fallen, right?
Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh yeah, that better. That's a good name for it. Especially if I'm picturing it the way how I'm picturing it. That's a good name for it. I like that. See, my finisher was the Miz's finisher, the skull crushing finale, but I didn't get it from the Miz. I got it from Chris Jericho.
Right.
That's where I got it from. And then obviously later on the Miz started doing it, and I was like, oh, great. But I did have one that I thought I was gonna use, but the person, the booker, he was like, I don't like that name. He's like, can you come up with a different name? So I came up with a different name. Luckily, I had a backup name, but my gimmick name that I was gonna go by was gonna be Curtis White, but with the K. And my finisher was going to be I was gonna call it the Whiteout. And how it was gonna be basically it was the zigzag, the Dolph Ziggler zig finisher. But the way I would have done it was gonna be more because I was also a fan of JBL. And do you remember how Brashop used to do his clothesline from hell? I don't know if you ever seen how he'll be in the turnbuckle, person would charge, he moves out of the way, hits the rope, and then boom, clothesline from hell.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I was gonna do it, but the person charges, boom, I move out of the way, and then zigzag.
That's what's up.
So I was gonna call that the Whiteout, but then the guy, the booker was like, I don't like Curtis White. He's like, it sounds weird. And then I was like, okay. So I was like, yeah, all right. So, and then I was like, it was one of those things where it was like, it was a combo deal for me, where it's like, if I can't use this gimmick, because it was a gimmick, So I was like, I felt like it was perfect for it. But then I was like, since I'm gonna go with a different direction, I was like, I don't want to use that finish because I had a different finish for this character, which was the skull crushing finale. But that's not what I called it. I forgot what I called it. I think it was just I forgot what I called it. Face crusher. I think it was just a regular face crusher or something like that. Right. I don't think I had a fancy name for it because I never thought I was going to use that gimmick. So, and also majority of the time I was a ref anyways. So yeah, I was just a jobber. That's all I was. Oh yeah, I didn't have a name for it. I think, because I think I only won once with that finish. It was always just like a false finish because it was always, I needed something to let have to build up the fans. You got to let the fans know this is my finish. So I always try to attempt it, and that person will either roll me, like escape by rolling, or would just drop down and then like roll me up. It was always something because I always try to go for what's it called, a full Nelson. Oh yeah. And that's all I try to do. And then it got to a point when I finally kick, I'll hit it, either rope break or that person will kick out. I'll try to go for it again, and then that person will hit me with their finish, and that was it. So that's all I try to do. It's simple that way sometimes.
Oh
Being a
yeah.
heel is better than being a baby face.
Oh yeah. I
So
feel
much
like when you're a heel, you can just get out so much aggression and emotion, man. When you're a baby
facts.
face, you can't slip up. You have to be nice all the time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it used to be. That's not how it is anymore. But nothing wrong with being a babyface. Even when I was a babyface, I had a mask gimmick. I was basically the mankind, dude. That's how I was. Yeah, I was a luchador. I was like just a regular like this. If I wasn't gonna be like reffing that night, then I would wrestle. I would ask the promoter or the booker like, "What do you want? Mask on or mask off? Or I could do both." Since I'm not gonna be a ref, and they'd be like, "Yeah, do both." Double pay. And plus, to them, I wasn't gonna get paid much, so it wasn't nothing to them. But for me at that time, it was like, yes, I got gas money and food. so,
Right.
so that's how it was at the time for me. So if I got lucky, I'll do all three. So
Oh yeah.
that I had moments like that. Uh, Before we move on, I want to appreciate everybody who have made it this far. Hit that like and subscribe. If you're listening to us on Spotify, please hit that follow and give us a 5 star. Anthony, appreciate being on the show. Learned a lot about you. The fact that Cody Rhodes is your best man. You know, you did train to be a wrestler, but now you're gonna eventually gotta go back to it. You had some issues in your personal life that you have to take care of. I recommend one thing: diet.
Oh yeah.
Focus on your diet. Gym. You'll get the cardio. You get the cardio from the ring. All you gotta do is focus on the gym. Just lift, but commit on your diet first, then go to the gym. Because how can you commit to the gym if you can't commit to the diet? You got to
Oh
commit to both, not just one. Some people are lucky, but some people could do one or the other.
oh
But
yeah.
but sometimes diet, you can never go wrong with the diet. Because if you go to the gym, you stop working out, guess what happens? Everything turns into fat. Learn that the hard way.
Oh yeah. I'm doing a bulking routine right now. I work for a steel company out here in Washington, so it's a
Ooh.
lot of heavy moving and things like that. And when I go to the gym, I work on legs and I work on arms. I don't really care about chest and anything else like that. I'm not trying to be a showboating pretty boy. I'm trying to be a strong guy, you know?
Yeah. Uh, I'm I don't know who I'm trying to be. I'm just trying to fit in. I was gonna ask you, you on the video, you look pretty tall. How tall are you?
I am 6'1".
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta bulk up. You have to bulk up. Yeah. Yeah. You once you bulk up, diet. Even when you're bulking up, diet.
Oh yeah.
All you gotta
I've
do
been
is just eat more protein.
Oh yeah, protein's basically all I ever have. I do 2 or 3 shots of raw egg in the morning.
Ooh,
Then
damn.
I do some protein powder. Just got this about a couple days ago,
Mm.
and it's already halfway done.
Halfway gone.
So, yeah, I got some whey protein. Yep, almost halfway gone.
Jeez. I'm more of a protein shake kind of guy. I do have protein powder, but I use that for like pancakes and stuff like that. Or sometimes
Oh,
if I just like, you know what, screw it, I'll make myself a shake just to finish it. But I'm more of a protein shake guy just because I got more options on flavors.
oh yeah.
So, but if you're just yeah, that's because I always get vanilla, and I was like, oh, I'm getting tired of it. So I'm more of a birthday cake kind of guy or a salted caramel kind of guy, protein shake kind of guy.
Oh yeah. That's why I love protein shakes, man. You can have something that tastes like one of your favorite foods,
Hmm.
but have like 10 times the nutrition value. You know, like you
Yeah.
said, birthday cake. Oof. Oh man, dude.
Yeah, that's when I see a birthday cake one flavor already in my cart.
Oh yeah.
Already.
I started drinking. I like energy drinks. I just started drinking one that's 0 calories. That's made by a UFC fighter. It's called Abe Energy. It's
Mm.
fantastic, man. You can find it at Walmart. It's great.
See, I used to be a big energy drink guy, The only energy drink I drink is Ghost.
Okay.
I used to drink 3D.
Ooh.
Um, but I don't know. I feel like they changed their ingredients because it's like it hasn't been the same.
Oh yeah.
And I
It's
still
been
drink, yeah, I still drink them, but the places where I drink it is where I get them at, and that's the dollar store.
oh yeah, you can't beat that.
I
They
can,
sell
yeah,
C too, man.
yeah, they sell C4. Yeah, yeah. I honestly, the only reason I never tried ever since I did in my diet 4 years ago, I've never had a C4 before until I went to SummerSlam and they were because C4 they partnered up with WWE. That was the
Yeah.
first time because they were handing them out for free. So I was like,
Right.
oh sure. I one guy almost gave me a case and I was like, nah, I think I took that case. I
Man, I
don't
would have you
yeah.
right there. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I had a case. My cousin had like four or five. My brother had like three, and then my other cousin had like five on him. And then I had a case on me. So yeah, that was the first time I tried the C4 energy drink, and god damn, that is strong.
oh yeah, no, they put that's for sure.
Yeah, they put a lot in there. That's a lot of caffeine. That's like I don't know how many shots of espresso, but god damn. I I was gonna take it. I was gonna drink it at night, but my brother's
Right.
like, no, do not do
No, yeah.
it. Do not do it. But I'm more of a ghost energy drink kind of guy.
Oh yeah, Ghost is good.
Yeah, the cherry lime. Ah, when you have it cold and you put in a cup with ice, man,
Oh yeah.
fire. I am telling you. That's the only energy like the cherry lime is the only one I don't drink it as an energy drink. I drink it like an actual beverage. I put it in a nice glass. If it's like a
Right.
martini or a margarita, that's the only one. Everyone else I do enjoy, but I just like drink it from the can. Try to be fancy with the cherry lime one.
Oh yeah.
So now I gotta ask you a question. It's a little game.
Okay.
Do you ever seen that Spider-Man game movie with Randy Savage in it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
have.
So my question to you is you're locked in a steel cage for 3 minutes. Anything goes. This is the legit. This is not kayfabe. This is a real shoot. 3 minutes in a steel cage match. Who would you be with? A. Braun Breaker. B. Shinsuke Nakamura. C. Gunther. Or D. Kevin Owens. You're locked in the cage 3 minutes. Who are you going to be with? Who are you going to face, I should say?
Oh man, I feel like everyone else would pick Shinsuke because Shinsuke is the weakest of them, I believe.
It's not the
But
weakest one.
dude, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I have a good chance against Shinsuke. If I had to go one on one with Shinsuke, I think it would be easy. But I'm gonna go Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. Okay.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker. I would go with. Shit. See, here's the thing. Shit, I know I'm not gonna last with nobody, but Kevin Owens, I personally feel is the only person who I would try to fight back. I, re- I feel, dude, I'm 5'8".
Right.
I'm 5'8". I have no chance with nobody.
Right.
So
Man, if,
yeah, with Kevin Owens, I feel like I have a fight. I'm not saying I'll win, but like he's the only person where I'll be like, I'll fight back, even though I'll lose. But like I'll stand up for myself. Everybody else is like, nah, I'm not even gonna try, bro. I'm gonna pull a Jeff Jarrett and just lay down and cover me.
yeah, my reasoning, man, Braun Breaker is a beast, you know. And
Hmm.
what I'm thinking is everyone's gonna look at me and be like, he's not gonna survive that 3 minutes, you know. So it's already expected that I'm not gonna win.
Right.
So if I lose, they're gonna be like, damn, he's crazy for even doing that. But
Hmm.
if I win, everyone's gonna be like, holy shit, this guy's good, you know.
Yeah.
So
So
either
I
way,
mean
it's
that yeah, that's gonna be
spectator.
a oh yeah, yeah, it's a good outcome. And plus he's gonna make you look good.
Oh yeah, right?
He's gonna make you all four of them are gonna make you look good. Uh But with Kevin Owens, I feel like he's gonna do more high spots where I could just move out of the way.
Do pull a what was his name? Pull a Joe and just walk off. Samoan Joe.
Oh yeah, that's true. Just wait for him, selling it like oh, and then just walk away from it. Like, nah, psych. I like that.
Joe is hilarious with it, just walking away from people. Oh,
It's funny how that's more it's a thing now, but it's like me, a TNA guy. He's been doing that in TNA. He's been doing that in Ring of Honor.
right.
It's like, why is it a thing now? And people are giving him more credit to that one guy from AEW when he jumped and then he looked at Samoa Joe and like, really? That's
Right.
yeah, that's where it took off. He's the reason. Like, people should give him that credit. It's like,
Oh yeah.
Samoa Joe's been doing that. It was him who made it more like of a mean kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Samoan Joe's been doing it, like you said, Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW, even in WWE at some
Yeah,
points. He's been doing it for years. I just think it's funny. He's the only one that ever thought, "What if I just walk away?"
it's true though. Why are you just standing there?
Right? You're just watching them like, "Oh,
Yeah, sell
but
your eye, sell your eye. You're supposed to like be distracted. Hey, look at a fan. Hey, be quiet, kid. Be quiet. And then, oh snap, they're just look at this guy. You see him? That's
right, yeah.
impressive. Oh, my spot. And then
Oh,
half of the
he's
guys,
jumping.
half of the guys don't even catch him.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, it's just like you're supposed. Tommy Dreamer always said it best. If somebody's gonna take a dive towards you, you always catch them. Always. These people these days, they don't do it, but they have no problem being dropped in their head.
jeez,
What's your thoughts on that?
man. I feel like people aren't getting trained how they used to. No one's really like caring about the other person's safety anymore. And like you said, no one's really like catching each other during the jumps, And man, dude, people are just letting each other get injured. I've never seen like current days. I've never seen this many injuries since Mick Foley.
Mhm.
Like CM Punk's out, Big E's out, Randy Orton was out, Edge was out. Like everyone's just getting injured because no one's really being cautious or caring about the other person's safety.
Yeah,
Hell, even Finn Balor got busted open during Hell in a Cell against Edge.
yeah. I don't even know how that happened. When I saw that happen, I was like, even the replay, and I'm just like, I don't see the connection with the ladder and his
Yeah, no,
head. I was, yeah, I was just like, that's kind of weird, but I mean, it happened, you know.
right,
So, but yeah, it's crazy how when you mentioned those guys that you mentioned, it's funny. Those are the guys that they're getting hurt and they're not even being dropped on their heads, but yet the guys who are being dropped on their heads, they're walking out fine.
right,
And to me, it's just like they would rather be dropped. Going back to Mustafa Ali, Ali
right.
doesn't really get dropped on his head unless it's like necessary. But Ali's
Oh,
the type of person where it's like he'll say no. Why
right.
you're not gonna drop me on my head. I'm not gonna Ali. So when I got trained, I heard this quote by 5 different people. Chris Benoit, Ali, a guy who I got trained by, Willie Richardson, a legend here in Chicago in the Midwest. Willie
Right.
Richardson, Steve Boz, another one, a legend here in Chicago. Um, those three men that I mentioned, they all work together here in the Midwest, and I forgot who else I heard it from. Um, but anyways, I heard it this one quote from all four men different times. Do not give somebody a move if you would not take it yourself.
Oh yeah.
So meaning don't drop that person on his head if you're not going to get dropped in your head. It doesn't
Oh
have to
yeah.
be that same night, but in the future, do not give out moves that you're not going to take yourself.
Oh yeah.
So that stuck with me at that time. So I was just like, that's true. So there's certain moves where I'm like, I try to avoid taking because I'm like, I'm never gonna give you that move. Why should I take it? So, but at the same time, you don't want to be that guy where it's like, oh, difficult to work with.
Right, right,
Have your moments. Because at first I was afraid to take a German suplex. I don't. Why do I want to get dropped on my neck? And then
right,
once he explained it to me and how I land and all that stuff, and I was just like, I took that first German suplex and I was like, oh, I'm nowhere near my neck. It's all in the
right,
shit. I was like, okay, cool. And then after that, I was fine with it. But it just seems these days wrestlers just want to be like, hey, let's just power driver each other. You hit me with a Canadian destroyer off the ladder, and yeah, I'll kick out at one. It's like, okay, it's more these days, it's more about spots like a circus act.
right,
It's more about the action, the act than the storytelling.
right,
And it's like, but when you do storytelling, you don't have to do much in the ring, you know. You you're because you're telling a story, you're building up. And it's just one of those things where I guess it's like when people watch action movies, they just want to see the action. They
oh
don't
yeah,
care about the story. And nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like, well, are you trying to play the long game or do you want to play the rush, the short version of it? You know? And also, are you making money off it? If you're not making no money off it, then I feel like you gotta do more storytelling. But if you're making money from it, cool.
oh
Awesome.
yeah,
Continue with the grind. So, but yeah, I don't really like the direction that wrestling's going, but it is what it is.
oh yeah,
At the end of the day, it's still wrestling. And it's like, and it's different promotion. So it's like, hey, you know what? I'm not getting what I'm getting from this company. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
oh yeah.
So nothing wrong. That's all you got to do now.
Right. Originally, I wanted to wrestle for a company in California.
Hmm.
They wanted me to come out with a hand mirror and with like a scarf with a long boa and things like that. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to be Fandango or Tyler Breeze, man. I'm trying to be someone taken serious. I don't want to be
Mhm.
the punching bag. And when I was talking to Chase James yesterday after the show, he's more than happy to train me. He wants me a part of the team. He believes that I could be the next John Cena for their company,
Mm.
and
I
that's
mean,
a that's a
and that's how you got to have that motive to push you, to give you that drive. You got to be like, if you're going to do this, you got to be the next person. Once you're in there, that's where you kind of be like, you know what? It's either I give up because I can't be the next John Cena or the next top guy.
right,
Um, but we do need, you can't be the next, not everybody could be the next John Cena for WWE, but you could be the
right,
John Cena for that promotion, for your
right,
promotion, for the next promotion in the next city, the next town. You could be their
right,
John Cena, you could be their Rock, you could be their Bret Hart, their Kevin Owens, their Randy Orton. You know, people keep looking at it and just be like, that's how we get these people who are just bitter because they're not they're thinking too they put their expectations too high from themselves.
oh
And
yeah,
it's like, but you're not, are you putting in the work? And they'll say, yes, I am. But it's like, dude, you only been wrestling in this one promotion. You got to go out there.
oh yeah.
You got to get your
Like,
name out there. You can't just be stuck here in this one city. You got to get your name out there. That's how you put in the work.
oh yeah, I'm not trying to be the next anybody. Is what I told Chase the other day. I said I don't want to be the next John Cena, next Hulk Hogan, Randy Orton. I want to be the one and only Ace Atlas. I want people to know who I am. I
Ace
want to show.
Atlas. That's the name. That's the gimmick.
Oh yeah, Ace
Ace Atlas.
Atlas.
I like that. I like that. I respect that. I respect that. Mine's Ian, obviously.
Right.
But I was
But
formerly known as Excalator as well.
nice.
Yeah, that was my max gimmick. Without the max, Ian Wolf, referee Ian Cage.
That's what's up. Yeah.
And then the other one was oh, sorry, the ref was, yeah, no, yeah, Ian Cage was the ref. The other one was Curtis White, the one that I couldn't use, and then the other one was Malcolm Cage.
Okay.
And My I forgot who was it. It was a wrestler. He was like, he's like, nah, don't use Malcolm Cage. He's like, I like Ian Cage. He's like, I like Ian, so use Ian. And he's like, because he I was kind of who was I trying to be? I was more like kind of like a Kevin Owens and a luchador and Triple H, El Hijo del Pero Aguayo, Pero del
Okay.
Mal. I was trying to be like them two together.
Right.
And mm, the I forgot who the wrestler was, but he was in the Independence. He was the one who told me you should get a mask, so that's your alter ego, Ian Wolf, and all that stuff. I did ended up getting a mask, but so it somewhat worked out, but then eventually I got hurt and I couldn't run with it as long as I would wanted to. So, and then after that, I just stayed as a ref.
Oh yeah.
But
I I have a mask that I made for myself, but
oh wow,
can't show it because it may or may not be for when I'm a heel or if I turn heel.
no,
You
no,
know.
no. Wait for it for the
But
debut of it. Debut. Wait for the
everyone's gonna.
debut. That's cool. Uh, I asked you about the theme song. You got a theme song in mind?
I do. I do. Um, it is the song "Sweet Dreams Are Made of This," but it's the metal version of it.
Metal. So like the cover song.
Yeah, it's a cover of it. I will be able to send it to you. Send you the link to it through Spotify or YouTube, whatever you want to use it for. I
All
can
right.
send you the link. Let you know it's pretty badass.
All right, cool. I love cover songs. I love cover songs. That's how I found out about Axie and Alexandra and Falling in Reverse. That's
Oh
how
yeah,
I found out about them because of cover songs. So,
right.
all right. It is time for Quest for the Best. So, how this game goes, I'm going to give you a name. I'm going to give you start off. We're going to start off by two names, two wrestlers, WWE
Right.
superstars. You're going to pick one or the other. Whoever you pick moves up the chain, and it's going to be another person. So, we're going to find out who's the best. So, we're going to start off with John Cena and Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
Randy
Yep.
Orton or Kevin Owens.
Randy.
Randy Orton or Sami Zayn.
Randy.
Randy Orton or Triple H. God, finally a hesitation.
Triple H.
Triple H. Triple H or The Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Oh, okay. Undertaker or Cody Rhodes.
Why you gotta do that to me, man? Come on. Uh,
I put you on the spot right there.
man. Because here's the thing: is it's my
I,
current wrestler versus my all-time favorite wrestler, Undertaker.
Undertaker. All right.
Man,
Undertaker or Seth freaking Rollins. And think about this one because this is the last one. This is the last one. The Undertaker or Seth freaking Rollins. Who is the best in your book?
my all-time favorite wrestler is the Undertaker, so he's gonna go through. He beats Seth Rollins with ease.
There you go. The Undertaker wins Quest for the best. That's a nice one. I really thought Randy Orton was gonna go all the way. I really thought we were gonna get Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. That's who I thought was gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
You
I
got
mean, H though. Triple H was bad man back in the day, you know.
he was the guy for me. Flipping through the channels. Who's this guy with no shirt? Why is he
Right,
why is he being chased by a guy wearing all red? Who was Kane?
right.
so I was so confused at that time, and ever since then I just stuck with it. That's but Triple H, yeah. Do you have a favorite match for Triple H?
Oh man, Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus John Cena,
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series,
Man, that's a good
or
one.
here's one: Team Authority versus Team Cena.
Ooh,
Wait,
okay.
H came in and decided to take on everyone, trying to beat up on Dolph Ziggler, and then Sting came out. That was pretty
That
crazy.
that is a crazy moment. For me, I gotta go say Triple H and Sting. Some WrestleMania. That
Oh,
one, that one, it bothers me so much. Yes, I wish Sting did win, but it bothers me because that's storytelling right there. It bothers me because it's like, bro, you have WCW Sting, you have TNA Sting, you have the NWO, you have DX, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. It's just like, what? Why is it? First of all, I thought that was gonna be the main event, and it
oh yeah,
wasn't.
right.
It was the third match on the card, but okay, whatever. And there was no rematch after that. I thought we were gonna get a rematch at SummerSlam, and it was just
Or
like
like,
a one time off.
yeah, it was a one-time thing. I was expecting it to be like a rivalry that can carry out for like a year or two,
Hmm.
just between Sting and Triple H. Not even if they have like matches or anything, but just like messing with each other, getting
Right,
into each other's heads. Like Triple H has a match against Batista, right?
right,
He's fighting Batista, and Sting's theme song kicks. Sting doesn't come out, but it costs Triple H the match because he's worried about Sting.
right.
That's what I was expecting from that. But when it
Hmm.
was a one done, I was really disappointed.
Yeah, I didn't wasn't really thinking about it that way at the time. I thought like, oh, okay, Triple H won, obviously, because Sting's first WrestleMania, people's first WrestleMania, they never win. Unless you're Brock Lesnar.
Right,
So
right,
yeah, so I was like, okay, I already knew that, but I'm thinking like, oh, we're gonna get a rematch, probably
right.
SummerSlam. Nope, maybe Survivor Series because it's the anniversary. Nope, and then Stinks announces retirement. Oh, okay, so
Right.
that was like, all right. I mean, we understand why, but it was just like this took a turn. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah. And W, he's really different now, than he was. He used to have that creep factor to him where it was like, oh, I might die.
right.
And for more of like a maniacal Joker kind of theme, if you ask me.
Mhm. And that was the other thing that kind of bothered me about Sting that they didn't have the chance to use the Jokers. It just bothers me because it's like I understand Sting can't wrestle.
Right.
He could. He's good in the mic, right?
Oh yeah.
He was a manager, a GM for TNA storytelling.
Oh
What?
yeah.
I just don't understand why. Hey, you know what, Sting? You're hurt. We're gonna pay you to stay home. It's like he has fans.
Right.
That's why he's here. That's why he sold out merch. That's why you were able to have, a good crowd for SummerSlam or WrestleMania, sorry, because of Sting. And he
Right.
wasn't even in the main event. He wasn't even close to the main event. And yeah, I just never understood it. I feel like if they would have just gave him the opportunity to do the Joker Sting, it would have changed everything completely.
Oh yeah.
So, do you have any Sting favorite matches?
I would say the only one I'm really familiar with would be the Triple H and
Sting.
Sting. But Sting,
You gotta check out his TNA matches.
I was gonna say Sting and Hulk Hogan when they fought, that was that was good. That was back
Yeah.
when Sting didn't have the black and white face paint though. That was when he had these original, um,
Oh,
almost old,
you're going to old school.
yeah, like
The surfer
yeah,
sting.
oh
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. My only thing I have an issue that bothers me. I never got to see Triple H wrestle live,
yeah,
but I got to see Sting wrestle live
right,
a few times. I wish I get to see his retirement, but I was actually planning on going, but I'm trying to go to WrestleMania. And I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna try to go to one of these events, WrestleMania is the one to go to. So,
oh yeah,
but yeah, like I wish I could go to see Sting's last retirement. Obviously, I'm gonna watch the show, but I would prefer to see him, you know, um, live to see his retirement match because he's the reason why. I mean, besides Kurt Angle and all that stuff, Kurt Angle is the reason why I continue watching TNA, but Sting was the reason why I was just like, oh, oh, that's where you're at. Okay,
Right.
let me go see. Let me check you out. What are you doing? So he was the reason for that. But all right, now it's time for my personal favorite, fantasy booking.
All
How
right.
this is gonna go down is I'm gonna give you two names, right? You're basically either gonna choose who's gonna go over, and if you can, you want to give me into details on how you will put this over. Please free, please free to. I don't know
Right.
the right word. I don't know the right words for it. All right, we're gonna
Yeah.
start off with Cody Rhodes and The Rock.
Cody Rhodes and The Rock. All right. I would want Cody Rhodes to win.
Okay.
And the way Cody would win is like I had the idea of The Rock coming out for Roman. Solo would come out for The Rock, try to help out. Seth Rollins would come out, deal with the Solo, while The Rock and Cody are dealing with their own thing. Jimmy comes out, Jay comes out, Roman Reigns comes out, Stone Cold comes out. Just
So
huge brawl.
so something
You know,
similar to like Sting and Triple H at WrestleMania 31.
oh yeah, have a whole team out there, and then ultimately The Rock gets knocked out by Stone Cold. Cody
Mm,
picks up the win.
okay. With the crossroads, I'm assuming. Or is
Oh
he gonna
yeah,
or is he gonna cover him after the stunner?
I was gonna say the stunner would hit, The Rock would get up, and Cody would hit the Cody Cutter and
There you
pin.
there you go. I like that. I like that. All right. Up next, I got Becky Lynch versus Gail Kim.
Ooh.
See, that's a tough one. For me, that's I would go with Gail Kim, but that's just me because I love Gail Kim, but
Yeah,
Becky, I love Becky Two Cheeks as well, you know.
I feel like I feel like Becky would lose because of disqualification. She wouldn't know how to deal with Kim. It
Mm.
would bring in like a steel chair or something to try to help her, and it would just backfire. And it would lead towards a WrestleMania kind of like a mid card, not mid card, but like a early match between the two
Mm.
for redemption to see who would actually win inside of a steel cage or inside Hell in the Cell.
So first time dream match, you would book no disqualification to build it up
Oh
to a
yeah,
feature. What if it happens at WrestleMania?
that would be crazy if they had that at WrestleMania. What I would do is, oh, Kim would still win, but she wouldn't win via disqualification. She would win by submission. She would make Becky tap out.
Becky tap out. Okay, I like that. I like that. All right. This was the final two in the quest for the best.
Right.
The Undertaker versus Seth freaking Rollins. Who do you got?
I got the Undertaker by a mile. Um,
Damn, by a mile.
yeah.
The
Even in the
disrespect for Seth freaking Rollins.
I don't get me wrong, I love Seth Rollins, I do, but
I got him right here.
I could see him trying to hit the curb stomp, and the Undertaker just turning it into the Tombstone Pile Driver on him, or into Hell's Gate, getting him locked
Mm.
into that position. And Seth, I'm sorry, Seth's size compared to the Undertaker,
Here's
people
a
forget Taker's almost 7 feet tall,
yeah.
and that's scary to think about. He's a big dude. He's a legend. In my opinion, he was the final boss for WWE for the longest time.
Yeah.
If the Undertaker thought you were good, he was going to let you get over. If he didn't think you were going to make it, he was going to squash you.
Hmm.
And Seth Rollins, he's made it. He's made a name for himself. He's out here. He's doing everything he can do to be the best. But just the Undertaker's size, strength, and just sheer determination to win, I feel like Seth's going down on that one.
The way I would do it for that one, he hits the curb stomp, Taker sells it, turns around, and then rises.
Does the whole sit up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the sit up doesn't no sell, choke slam, boom, throw, tombstone power driver, and get the
Oh,
1, 2, 3. But I wouldn't do that at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania, I'll probably do something similar to like Shawn Michaels. Um, try to go for the curb stop. Like he's stopping his feet. He's trying to tune up the fans, and then
Right.
he's running towards the Undertaker, and then Taker just scoops him up, and then power driver.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I would do it. If it's something for WrestleMania, something like goofy, how I first said it, that's more like a regular, premium live event,
Oh yeah.
not a WrestleMania. All
I could even
right.
see. I could see them like if I was to book this, I would make a last appearance for the coffin match.
Okay. So if final match, hey, this is gonna be a rivalry. Final match is gonna be a casket match. Okay. For me, I'll say Hell in a Cell. Hell in a
Oh man.
Cell. That's for Taker to go over. And let's just say if we're doing like the best of 3 series, I'll get Taker to get the win the first fall. And then the second, I'll have what's it called? Seth Rollins obviously go over, but I will have it like a last man standing match.
Oh yeah.
And then Taker wins the Hell in a Cell if we're gonna do like a rivalry kind of thing, like for 3 different matches, 3 different pay-per-views. That's how I would do it. Because the Hell in a Cell and the Undertaker, that's like you kind of have to end it in that. It has to be either Hell in a Cell or in a bury, casting match. Has to be
Oh
one of
man.
those two.
I could see it working like this. It's the Undertaker coming out of retirement one last time, and he's brought in inside of a casket. He's got 6 guys carrying the casket. They set it inside the Hell in a Cell, and it just swings open, and the Undertaker comes out.
That's how you make an entrance right there.
Oh yeah.
All right, I got Drew McIntyre versus Triple H. Who do you got?
Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna say that Triple H is just owning Drew McIntyre for about 15, 20 minutes, just beating him. And Drew finally makes a comeback. He starts doing like a test of strength, starts socking Triple H in the jaw. Shawn Michaels comes out and holds up the sledgehammer to hand it to Triple H. And as soon as Triple H turns around, Claymore. One,
Mm,
three, out.
I like
And I
that.
give it to Drew on that one.
See, if we're talking about Drew McIntyre now with Triple H 2013,
Oh, yeah.
I would squash match. Drew McIntyre Claymore 5 times. Squash
Right.
match. Now, if we're talking about 2009 Triple H, god damn. I'm going with what you just said. Triple H is gonna actually no, I'm still gonna have Triple H go over, but he's still gonna get his ass beat by Drew McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last minute, Claymore moves out of the way. Boom, pedigree.
That would work. That would be
Yeah,
really good.
yeah. But if it was Triple H 2023, 2000, yeah, 23. No, 23, 2013.
Yep.
He was more looking for more. He was trying to help the next generation at that time. So at that
Right.
time, I would have done a squash match, especially with Drew McIntyre. Drew
Oh,
McIntyre now, back that if he was back at that time, oh man, he would have been the. They wouldn't even need Brock Lesnar.
right. It would have worked so smoothly.
It would have. So I got the last one right here for you. This is the main
All right.
event.
Let's make it a banger.
Well, I hope so. Rhea Ripley versus
Ooh.
China.
Who?
I'm glad.
Start off.
I'm glad that you like that one.
Because I said this the other day to my fiance. I said, Rhea Ripley is the modern day China.
Yeah, she is.
I could
Who Rhea
see
Ripley is today is what China should have been.
exactly. She's exactly what China wanted to be and should have been, you
Mhm.
know. I'm gonna start it off with a test of strength, they get in the middle, lock hands, try to see who's stronger. China would be embarrassed because it's going towards Rhea Ripley's way. So she
Mhm.
would headbutt Rhea. Ooh, man, how would this work? Because I want to see either of them because they're both Hall of Fame legends at this point.
Yeah, because it's like if you're talking, it's hard to say because it's like
Mhm.
if you bring China from that era to Rhea Ripley's time right now, it's just like it's one of those things where it's like the test of strength. makes sense because it's about power.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like it's difficult to book because it's like Rhea Ripley needs to go over, but at the same time, it's like there won't be no Rhea Ripley because of China.
Oh yeah.
Some people look at it that way, but it's like, where did you get that explanation? Rhea Ripley could say, "Oh no, I didn't get my inspiration from China," but you got it from somewhere.
Oh yeah.
It got started somewhere, and who did that get started from? China.
Right. But here's like
So
I'm imagining.
for me, I'm gonna go with China.
Oh yeah, I would too. What I'm imagining right now is like Rhea Ripley main event. Okay, let's say this is how it starts. She fights Becky Lynch, beats Becky Lynch. She gets the title, or she grabs her title. She grabs the microphone. She says, "All right, I'm obviously the most dominant female here. Whoever thinks they can beat me, come out right now. I'm having an open challenge." China comes out.
Oh,
Rhea's
damn!
a
I
Rhea's a little
like.
shut out. She's like, "Well, shit, wasn't expecting this." China tries to be respectful the entire time, trying to shake her hand. Rhea's like, "Nah, I just want to get this over with." And that would piss China off because China was really respectful back in the day. And
She was.
I feel like the Judgment Day would try to come out because they know that China's not afraid of fighting a dude. And like,
Oh, that's a good storyline. China gets in the picture. People thinking Judge. Oh, China's trying to take her spot.
yeah.
That's
And
a nice.
Dominic tries to intervene. Fucking China with a chop. Damian Priest comes in. She takes his money in the bank, clocks him with it. A fucking German suplex out of the ring, and then she makes her way with Rhea, hits her with a couple of suplexes, maybe a choke slam here and there, and
Right.
get her in a figure four leg lock and have China win that way.
Ooh, okay. I would do. See, now I just thought about this on the spot because you mentioned Judgment Day. I would still have every member to join, right? To help out.
Yeah.
China knocks everybody out. Dominic is the last one. But Dominic acknowledges her. That's the OG mommy. That's
Oh
my
yeah.
that's Mamacita.
Oh yeah.
I can't do it. Sorry, Rhea Ripley. He walks away. Mommy's like, what are you doing? Help me, blah, blah, blah. Gets distracted, turn around, picks her up, gorilla press, slams
Oh,
her, boom, turns around, hit her with the pedigree. 1, 2, 3.
right. Even if China doesn't fight the Judgment Day by herself, I was thinking about this as well. The Judgment Day comes out to try to help Rhea, and the match that happened earlier tonight was Triple H versus Drew McIntyre, and even Shawn Michaels gave him the hammer. In comes the D-Generation X to help out against Judgment Day.
This is why I like fantasy booking. that's
Exactly.
that's good right there. That is I don't even that see this is why I love fantasy booking because you get people's ideas and stuff like that how they would book stuff. That's smart. I like that. DX showing up to help it go after Judgment Day, help out, and especially with China going over. That's awesome. That's great storytelling. And also after that victory, bazooka time.
Oh yeah.
You can't forget
Oh
about that. You can't forget about that.
yeah.
She ain't gonna come out within the entrance. She's saving that for the ending of the show. Maybe I have her do both.
Right. At the
But
very end, she's like underneath looking for the bazooka to put up on her shoulder, and everyone else is doing the suck it, and she's got it right there. Ooh.
go on that turnbuckle. You know how people point at the WrestleMania sign, but instead
Yeah.
she has that bazooka and she's throwing the
Just
fireworks out.
damn, that'd be cool.
Oh man. RIP to China. All these dream
I
matches
don't.
that she could have had.
Right.
Damn. Oh.
Imagine if China was still alive. Imagine her as a commentator.
I feel like she could have gave the business so much, but because of what she did in the adult side area, people didn't want to acknowledge her. But
Right.
at the same time, it's just like she's trying to make some money. You guys won't let her in the company, you know. That's on you
Man,
guys.
the way I'm looking at it is we're all adults here, you know.
Mhm.
Just because you work for a specific company doesn't mean
Mhm.
you don't have your own outside life where you can't do your own thing, you know.
Right.
That's like
I think the issue for her is because she used that name. If
probably
that was the issue. If she would have used a different name, they would have said that would have probably would have been differently. But because it's like imagine Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan using that name in that other side of the world. It's like, dude, you can't do that.
he did do that too.
Well, not on purpose.
Not on purpose, but he got that part.
Yeah, that
Same thing
was
with
yeah.
Page.
But for China, she knew what she was doing,
Oh yeah,
and it was a big fu to to WWE, and that's why she
right,
did it. But obviously, it backfired on her. Obviously, years later on, she regretted it, and
right,
but at least she got inducted to the Hall of Fame. I wish it would have been she was still alive. Um,
right.
but she had a moment in TNA. We got to see her. I got to see her wrestle one more time against when she teamed up with Jeff Jarrett to face no, sorry, she teamed up with Kurt Angle to face Jeff Jarrett and Karen Angle or Carrot Jarrett at the time, or still at this time.
Right.
So yeah, RIP to China.
Yep.
Um, all right, well, Anthony, appreciate your time.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, we've been on this show for this has been the longest episode, 2 hours, I believe.
Whew.
So,
Making
so
history here, huh?
making history with the man who's gonna have Cody Rhodes as his best man. I gotta thank you again. I can't thank you enough because you reached out to me.
Oh yeah.
So you reached out to me. You reached out. You comment on the video that I posted about you. You reached out, liked it, and you were like, "Hey, that's me." And I checked your profile to be like, "Oh snap, it is you." So,
Right.
so thank you for your time.
Got
Definitely would
another
love.
prize for you. Actually, I pulled it out earlier. Forgot to show you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Ah, it's the sign. Bring it closer. It's gonna bring my. It's gonna be my. What's it called? My thumbnail. There you go. Cody, be my best man. That is awesome. So, did
You
you
know,
make that sign?
I did. The funniest part is they told me the sign was too big, so security had me crumple it up and throw it away. They were gonna have me throw it away, and they came back through and they said, "Oh, it's fine. You can use it."
Oh
After I crumpled,
wow.
and Cody didn't sign his side originally. He signed Randy Orton's side, and I had to tell him, I was like, "Hey, that's the wrong side. This is your side," because he just grabbed it in solid colors. And
Oh, he didn't know. He wasn't paying attention to the RKO side.
yeah, no, he signed it right in the O's or right in the R too on the RKO.
He didn't see the big RKO on it.
Yeah, no, he just grabbed it and said, "All right," and I was like, "Hey, dude, it says RKO all over the side." I was like, this is yours right here.
Has your name, but I guess I could see the confusion for him after a
Oh
match.
yeah, right there. Someone offered me $3,000 for this sign,
Damn. No,
and
you got you hell no, you can't sell that.
I know, right? My buddy
Unless
said,
shit, yeah, you gotta have it at the wedding.
"Oh yeah."
You gotta
My
have it
buddy
there.
told me it's the only one of its kind in the world, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. You can't sell that.
Right, and we all came to the agreement that I bet you this might be the last time Cody does this for somebody, you know?
Right, for
Like
sure.
even he said on his video on TikTok that he was like, I shouldn't have seen that sign. You know?
So
But yeah.
he saw the sign, right? Or did
Oh,
somebody like pointed it out for him?
he saw the sign. He addressed it, but he later on regretted it because none of us are letting him forget what he agreed to do, you know?
Mm,
The entire WWE universe has been letting him know like you agreed to this, so we're gonna hold you to it.
yeah, I feel like that's what. Yeah, I feel like that's. But regardless, he could just say no.
Oh yeah, he could have.
He could have done something else and be like, "Hey, I can't do this, but can I do something else for your wedding? Can I just
Oh
show
yeah,
up and take a photo, or can I, pay for your wedding? That'd be nice."
right.
so,
Or he
so
wanted to sign all together, you know.
yeah, he was the one who acknowledged it. But hey, he's trying to. being a man of his word, and he's doing it.
Oh yeah,
So
it's fantastic.
yeah,
So hopefully by the time the wedding happens, he'll be our new Universal Champion. And hopefully
bring the title with you.
oh yeah, and hopefully by the time that I'm getting married, I'll have bitch boy and fucking incest baby's belt too.
Well, that would be a nice photo for you guys to have then.
Oh yeah, both of us holding our titles up, both champs.
There you go. Well, hopefully I don't have to wait a year to have you back on the show, but I'm definitely would like to have you after, back on the show after your wedding to talk about it. But I would love to have you back on the show way sooner than that.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll be a regular for you. I mean,
I appreciate it.
I've had a couple of interviews. Yours has been the most entertaining so far.
I try my best on that part. Appreciate it though. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Anthony. His best man is Cody Rhodes. If you want to let people know where they could find you, this is your moment right here, right now. Obviously, I'll put the links in the bio, but let our listeners know where they could find you if you want them to find you.
Yeah, absolutely. Instagram and TikTok is the_ace_atlas. And you'll know if it's me because I'm verified on Instagram and I have about almost 5,000 followers on TikTok. So we'll find that. I got my logo set up on my TikTok, and on my Instagram is me and my loving fiance. So yeah, if you guys want to find me, you guys can.
All right. Well, all his information is going to be in the link in the bio. Anthony, appreciate it so much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening. I'm your host, Ian. It's weird doing this part without, I'm going to pretend that my co-host Ever's here. Ever, take us home. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it for this episode. He's Ian. I'm Ever. And this is, it's so weird without my co-host. All right.
It's fine. I'll be Ever. I'll be Ever.
All right, let's go. Anthony,
all right,
take
guys.
us home.
I'm Ever. This is Ian. It's been nice seeing you guys. Please stay tuned for more videos and more podcast interviews. And tell the fans what they got to look forward to.
A lot of future episodes, a lot of bios from Ever, a lot of TikTok videos on our TikTok channel. All the links in the bio. Also, almost reaching to my weight goal. So yeah, all right. I'm almost to my weight goal. I've been on this weight journey for like almost 4 years. So I'm almost there. Hopefully by April, I reached it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for this episode. I'm Ian. That's my guest host, Anthony, and we are out.
See ya.